Velázquez for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Harris, Mr. Scholmer, Ms. Couch, if the rising cost of insurance and coverage losses are a problem for all of you members, what recommendations do you have for how we on this committee can work to tackle this problem?
I'll start. Thank you for the question. I mentioned, Congresswoman Velázquez, that maybe this committee could look into authorizing HUD to establish a product, an insurance project exclusively for its universe of affordable senior housing programs. The other thing that I think that we need, and this is hard because insurance is a state-regulated product, is more data. We need a lot more data on how rates are and are not truly tied to things like storms and climate resiliency and wellness services and aging, older adult buildings, as well as the neighborhoods in which those properties are, and to what extent discrimination and some sort of redlining is happening. So I think there's quite a bit this committee could do to start to move the needle.
Are you concerned about discrimination?
Our members have heard from insurance carriers that your rates are going up because of the kind of housing you are, because of the kind of people you serve, because of the kind of program you get your subsidy from, and we think those are euphemisms for race and poverty.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be happy to answer that, Congresswoman, and thank you very much for the question. We find that not only our members are having challenges with insurance products, but the actual customer. We used to say that our customers were dealing with three things: inventory, inflation, and interest rates. And we had to add insurance in the last couple of years because it's actually marking people out of the market. That we have builders that are telling us that they're not selling homes because the insurance rates are a significant portion of the payment now, the PITI. And so we've got to deal with that. We, as the National Association of Home Builders, has put together a task group to work with insureds to find out what can we do. What are the things that are making it, and how can we mitigate those? So we recognize it and try to work through that.
And in the letter that you, your coalition sent to the president, do you mention more resources for pre-disaster mitigation?
Yes, I think.
And increase appropriation for operating expenses?
I think that would be for the multifamily side.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Representative, can you repeat that question, please?
In the letter that you sent to President Biden, did you ask for support for more resources for pre-disaster mitigation and increase appropriation for operating expenses?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And look, I am all for increasing appropriations for operating expenses and pre-disaster mitigation. But the issue is, what are you doing to get the other side? Because I'm sure they will not be supporting this. So what are you doing to talk to the other members on the other side that will never support increasing those type of resources?
Well, Representative, I think, as I said earlier, we share, I think all of us, the objective of keeping housing and making housing affordable for all income levels. And so we urge the type of activity and the legislation that is necessary to address this to be a bipartisan effort. And I'm sure there are always going to be disagreements on some of the means of achieving it, but there's much more that we can agree on.
That by sending a letter to the president asking for these issues or proposing to increase those type of resources that I support and the members on this side support, you need to be aware that the president cannot do it if we don't have the support from the Republicans in this committee,
The gentlelady's time
or
has
the
expired.
Appropriations Committee. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.